Just want to come on here real quick and do a part 2 of Hold On. Like I was telling you in the first video about 1 Samuel, you know, about Elkanah and his wives, Hannah and Peninnah, how Peninnah provoked Hannah. And I thought about this after the video was over, so I put it in the description on the first video. But I wanted to come back and expound on that a little bit. Now we talking about how, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 5. It says, but Hannah, he would give a double portion. Let's go back and do verse 4 and then 5. It says, and whenever the time came for Elkanah to make an offering, he would give portions to Peninnah, his wife, and to all her sons and daughters. But to Hannah he would give a double portion, for he loved Hannah, although the Lord had closed her womb. Then verse 6 says, and her rival also provoked her severely to make her miserable, because the Lord had closed her womb. Now, the point I wanted to make is, the Lord loved Hannah. The Lord loved Hannah. But guess what? The Lord also closed her womb. In verse 6. And her rival also provoked her severely to make her miserable, because the Lord had closed her womb. God closed her womb. So, and God loved Hannah. So what does that mean? That means that just because you're going through does not mean that God don't love you. Just because your doors are blocked, some of the doors are shut, just because some people may actually be barren. Some people might be barren naturally, physically, emotionally, financially. Some people might actually be barren physically. But that doesn't mean that God don't love you. The Lord shut up Hannah's womb. Why did the Lord shut Hannah's womb? Because he wanted Hannah to desire the very thing he desired for her, and the purpose for which she desired that thing. See, Hannah just wanted a child. That's what she wanted at first. She just wanted a child, but when her desire came in equivalent to God's desire, what was God's desire? For her to want that baby for the purpose of the glory of God. See, so when she came to the point where she said in verse 11, then she made a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your maidservant and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no razor shall come upon his head. And it happened, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli watched her mouth. So see, look, and Eli representing God, even though he didn't know what she was saying, but he the one God used to prophesy her son Samuel. So this is what I'm saying. It's until Hannah's desire came. See, it was God's will all the time to give her a son. It's God's will to give you that thing that you have this yearning and burning for. But what is your mission? What is your purpose? What is your purpose behind wanting that thing? Until your thing line up with the purpose of God for that thing, you're going to still be in agony. When you release that thing and say, God, I promise to give this back to you, then God is going to do something about it. Your heart got to be one with God. Your heart got to be lined up with God, and he's going to give you that promise. Hold on to the Lord. Keep fasting and keep praying. I promise you, you will see breakthrough. If you know it, if you have selfish reasons for wanting something, if you know your heart ain't right behind you wanting something, fast and repent. Get that mess out of you. Tell God, Lord, you give me the desires of my heart. Be like Jesus. Lord, not my will, but thine will be done. Surrender your will to God. Surrender your purpose to the purpose of the Lord, and watch him bring that thing to pass for you. I love you. Hold on. I'll be back. I'm going to do another video. I love you all. God bless.